First off, I want to say all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakwadash, the bonus to the apostles and elders of Great Mill Stone, and shalom to the brothers in the highways and byways pushing this word now, sincerity and truth. The sisters, the believers, the helps, shalom. This is the brother Irawam from the Jameson Maker camp. I just want to do a quick lesson, right, upon deadlines and routines. And of late, this is something that I've been trying to work on, especially with keeping up with the 3 videos a week, right, or if possible even more, right. And based upon this, and even myself falling short upon this task, this lesson goes first and foremost for myself, right. But at the same time, like, what I'm trying to implement is deadlines and routines. So just I try to edify the lesson. Hope this benefits brothers, right. So the first thing we're going to get into is the word deadline, right. A deadline, going to the second definition, it says a date or time before which something must be done, right. So we have the main thing of this thing of ours is time management and balance, right. So we have to set deadlines, right. Before a couple of lessons back, I was saying to brothers that, hey, we need to have a routine, right? Set things in place to know that, hey, by the end of the week, the 3 videos them do, you read, right? You fast, you pray, like even the lesson. Cleaning is not a one-time thing. Just like how you would set time for cleaning, and set time for for go sleep, or all these little things, right? With some things have a longer date than others, so some things are every day, some things are every week, some things are every month, right. So we know that the deadline for these 3 videos is actually a week, right, within the week. But sometimes certain deadlines, as an article I plan for going, I tell you that sometimes when you leave the deadlines, the time to lax, so to speak, right, it actually make you feel like you have more time and things that get done. So what you do is you create a shorter time within it. So we know that we have 3 videos a week. You know that at X time, let's say for example, you say, oh, Tuesday 9 o'clock, based on everybody life different, right. Tuesday 9 o'clock or when we do my videos, right. You set a specific deadline, right. So you know that when Tuesday come, whatever you have doing, all of that get put to the side. It's Tuesday, it's 9 o'clock. This is the time for the truth. And we know that you can't put a deadline for every single thing in your life. But you do it. Here comes prioritizing, right? Where you know the main priorities, the main things you need to get done, right? And you put deadline to those, and then whatever else happen, right? Truth come first, and the most I take care of you in a quote unquote carnal life, right? So that is with the word deadline. Now in routines, right, you set deadlines and routines, because when you prioritize, you have to set the goals, right, in a particular order, so that once you complete that, you check it off, right. Let's read a couple of these definitions. 1, a regular course of procedure, right. So if you make it a regular course of procedure for every Tuesday 9 o'clock, you do 1 video. Then this on how Wednesday, say Wednesday 10 o'clock, we can do a next video, or Monday at X time, me free that time, so we can do that video. And then you have if you have extra time, as we say, or depend on the situation, impromptus as well, right. Live stream, whatever, everybody know them live, right. So you know what can go where, right. So you create a regular course of procedure, right. It says a habitual or mechanical performance of an established procedure, right. So you basically form habits. Another word for routine is what? Habits. So we have to form healthy habits, right, especially within this truth. So we need to have a quote unquote a routine for the truth, right? It is a lifestyle, right? So we need to set time for read, we need to set time for do videos, we need to set time for go up on the highways and byways, classes, fast, pray, is me? All these things we need to have routines and deadline for these routines. So we know so we have all them something we have to do, get them done at X time. Right? See if anything else in this definition. As I say here, one of the synonyms is a pattern, right? So we're just going to get two excerpts or two small articles, then get into the scriptures. Don't really want to make this too long. Now this is from Forbes Media. That's a website, and it says the importance and benefits of keeping a routine, right? This is one of the benefits. It says you become more efficient, right? Keeping a daily routine creates a structure for our day-to-day task, right? So hey, this truth needs structure, right? So we need to have structure in our spiritual task, right? It says reducing the need to make certain decisions throughout the day and eliminating the questions of what comes next. So more than to say, oh, hey, I wonder what time I'm going to do the breakdown here. I wonder if I'm going to have the time for it. So you already set a time, so look, the breakdown is for X time, right? And even sometimes, like, when you go somewhere, you get thrown out your routine, you can also make plans, right, ahead. In the event that you don't get to follow your prescribed routine, you do this to compensate for it. So say you miss one, say Tuesday or X time, and you know say you miss that, you know that the one I did when I go to the next breakdown, you do 2 lessons a day there or something, whatever, you know, you just put something in place and put a deadline to that as well, in the event that you get paid for do that, right? Or let's say you usually, hey, let's say you usually sit at home and do your breakdowns. Well, hey, somehow you're far from a computer, you don't get fit home for a week or something. Hey, you use your phone, right? You usually go in in-depth breakdowns, right? On your computer where you can't do with your phone. Then you know, say, look, hey, your breakdown can be about anything. You find a simpler breakdown where you can use your phone and make all you do is make sure it's an edifying lesson, right? It says you keep. If I'm reading it once more, you become more efficient. Keeping a daily routine creates a structure for your day-to-day task, reducing the need to make certain decisions throughout the day and eliminating the question of what comes next. This way, you will be able to save time on planning, leaving extra room for other things that may crop up, right? Second benefit, reduce procrastination. Right? Instead of just say, we do it later, or might feel if you do a breakdown. No. You see me? It actually already set what needs to get done. Right? Everyone knows how hard it is to kick the habit of procrastination, but having a routine can help to reduce it. Allocating a time frame creating a schedule for tasks you need to do, whether work-related or not, will help these tasks become ingrained in your system. Over time, you will subconsciously stop looking for these tasks as something to do, but rather they will simply be a part of your routine, automatically requiring less effort to get them done. Exactly. So it just have become part of it. Just like we have the apostles and elders as example, this truth is a part of them because of the years and years of them or them prioritize and setting the whole truth is the whole life, right? And we're supposed to lead off of that example, right? As they always give the example of Yahushua, that when Yahushua was teaching, that's all he did, right? He was always teaching. So we're supposed to always teach, right? Going to the second excerpt. This is from thebalancemb.com. 8 reasons why deadlines are important for entrepreneurs. Just going to skip through this as well. It says, as an entrepreneur, deadlines are important for helping you achieve both large and small goals. So we set goals in this studio, right? Our task, right? Similar to our routine is only that You need deadlines to achieve these routines, right? Or to complete the routines. However, you won't instantly find success in the world of business by just setting arbitrary deadlines for all your projects. Your deadlines need to set you up for success. They must be strategic. So you have to make sure you plan the routine properly. Now going down, it says one of the main one, number 4, it says it will help you prioritize and focus only on what's most important, which should be this truth, right? Deadlines directly impact your time and everyone else's. Therefore, they force you to organize your task in order of priority so that you are only working on objectives that move you closer to your most meaningful goals. They do 3 videos: reading, fasting, prayer, all of that, getting with brothers, all of that, right? You have to learn how to focus on your key milestones and just say no to the rest. What the scripture say, yo, he that loveth father and mother more than me is not worthy of me. And at one point he say, yo, yea, even his own life, right? So we have to be dispassionate, yo. We have to put the Lord first in all things. It says, otherwise you'll be swamped by shifting through the email box, scrolling your Facebook feed, or getting roped into other responsibilities that will cause you to deliver poorly planned and executed results on what really matters most. Exactly. So when you don't have deadlines, you don't prioritize properly, and then everything you do half-assed, yo, especially even in the truth, right? Everything just have become half-assed because you not set priorities and not complete them at the right deadline, right? So you don't have a routine and you don't have a deadlines for your task, right? It says, in other words, if you don't ruthlessly prioritize how you're spending your time with deadlines for you to do, you'll be a mediocre performer and your deadlines will come and go right by you. Exactly. So you set the deadlines and you're still not getting nothing done because you're not prioritized, right? And as I say, you'll be a mediocre performer, lukewarm, right? It says, there was another one. Well, basically, yeah, that title of these articles just I get 2 quick scriptures and get out, right? This is Ecclesiastes 8 verse 6. It says, because to every purpose there is time and judgment, therefore the misery of man is great upon him. Exactly. So to everything there is time and judgment. So you therefore, in order to help balance this, you need to prioritize properly, right? Routines and deadlines. This is Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1. It says, to everything there's a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. And as they go down, you tell you a time for this and a time for that. You just keep on going, right? So there's a time to do videos. There's a time for fast, a time for pray. There's a time for get with brothers, a time for hit the highways and byways, right? All these routine tasks, or all these tasks, you set a particular deadline or set a particular pattern for them, everything work out perfectly, right? You know, like a bar say, yo, so one of the biggest things that this truth is balance, right? You know, you have to have your downtime, right? And you have some time where you quote unquote, you know, you get to your carnal life, because hey, we are living in this world, but what? Using this world as not abusing it. So having routines and setting deadlines are one of the best ways to help balancing this truth. And hope this is edifying. Once more I want to say, yo, Kalalale how Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the brothers in the highways and byways pushing this word now, sincerity and truth, the sisters, the believers, the helps. Shalom.